Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm back. Little Miss Ensley, I just put her down, so she might not be featured in this video, but I'll put a little clip of her in. But I wanted to talk about my birthing experience with Induction and why I chose Induction for her. I never did a 39-week update, so I never really explained, I guess, the process of that. When I went in at 38 and a couple days, 38 and a half weeks, I was, I think, 3 centimeters dilated, they said, but I was only like 70% effaced. And they swept my membranes, but it didn't encourage labor like it did with Hudson. And so I decided I wanted them to induce by 39 weeks. I needed her out of me. If anybody's lost a baby, you'll understand though, like, you want your baby out while they're alive, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, and I know I kept saying it again and again. And so that is kind of why I chose that. My doctors agreed that that was fine because, especially with preeclampsia HELLP syndrome, I could have gone into that even at 39 or 40 weeks. So if it wasn't coming, if she was going, staying in there for, could have been another 3 weeks before they forced induction, I wouldn't have let them. If she wasn't out by 40 weeks, if they weren't going to induce, I was going to raise some hell until they did. But my doctors agreed at 39 weeks, that was fine. So I just didn't want to pose the risk. My baby was alive and I wanted her out of me. And so that's what I did. They induced, and, a lot of people told me that induction was really bad. And so I was kind of more timid for it. For the experience of it, just because everyone said it. Now, I think induction might be really bad if you don't get an epidural, but I really chose to get one this time. With Hudson, I didn't get an epidural till I was 9 centimeters and basically almost pushing, so it didn't really do anything. So this time around, Sky and I talked about it, and I said, I'm probably going to end up getting an epidural, so why not just get it like early? And so they started the induction at 9. It took them an hour, 1 whole hour to get an IV started, you guys. It took like 8 pokes, and then halfway through labor, like right before I started pushing, probably an hour before I started pushing, it actually blew and I was bubbling up on the arm and they had to get a new one, but luckily that one went in good. Anyways, back to my whole, I don't know, this is gonna be rambly, you guys. I am a very rambly, scatterbrained person. But anyways, I got there at 9, or I got there at 8, maybe, no, 7. I got there at 7. They just kept trying to get an IV. I don't think they actually started everything until 9. They started the Pitocin, and then it started progressing a little bit, but not, like, I started with getting contractions and they weren't that painful, but then the doctor said at 1, it was gonna be noon. At noon she was gonna come in and break my water, but something came up, and so at 1 o'clock she was gonna come and break my waters. And so I decided to get an epidural at noon, an hour before, and I'm really glad I did. It was really nice. I didn't feel like my contractions didn't hurt. I hardly even felt them until I was pushing. And that's really, I don't know, it was really relaxing. I wanted a really positive birth experience, and for me that was a very positive choice. The epidural worked good this time with Hudson, like I said, and Jaden. When I birthed Jaden too, it did not work. So with both of them, the epidural worked really badly. This time it worked really good, and that was really cool for me to positively experience that. The anesthesiologist that did it was amazing, and he was so funny, and Sky and I were laughing the whole time that he was doing it. Like, it was just an awesome experience. And then we got that in, and then at 1 o'clock she broke my waters, and again, that I didn't even feel it, like, not compared to with Hudson. It was like this big pop when she broke it. It was just a little, so it was just really different, but it was positively different, so that's good. After they broke my waters, it was about 2 hours of us just hanging out. We brought our Nintendo Switch and Sky and I were playing video games, and then all of a sudden I started to get this uncomfortable feeling, and I was just like, oh, I don't know, it feels kind of weird. And so I called the nurse in, and I was like, I think we might be getting somewhere. And she's like, oh, but you know, normally a baby's heart rate goes down with contractions when it's starting for labor, and it's not doing that, so I don't think so. But then she checked me and her head was coming out. Her head was right there. And so she called the doctor, said a lot of cuss words on the phone, like, get the doctor down here fast. And within the doctor got there about 2 minutes later, and I was trying not to push. The nurse was like, hold that baby in, hold that baby in. And then within 5 minutes, she was out. The pushing was really hard and really exhausting despite the epidural. I don't know if it just stops working when you push or what, but I definitely felt that. But she came out and she was pissed. Hudson came out and was fine, and he slept, and he was just laid on me and was all happy. Ensley came out and screamed bloody murder for like 40 minutes. It was probably not 40 minutes, probably just felt like 40 minutes because I was exhausted. But she was pissed, and she has kept that temper as a baby. But it was really a really good experience. Like, I feel like the Pitocin, it didn't really make stuff hurt worse. It didn't do anything like harmful. Again, I was really already like potentially probably really close to labor. I was like 3.5 centimeters and still 70% effaced when I went in that day. But you know, I was progressing, so I maybe that's why. But so many people told me bad stories about getting induced, and so I kind of wanted to tell you guys like a positive induction story because it was a really good experience. The cool thing, one of the cool things that they had, which I think I showed a picture of it, was they had this like butterfly looking thing that they put on your belly. So before I got my epidural, and while I was trying to get like stuff progressing with the Pitocin, that kept my heart rate and her heart rate in check, so we could hear it and, you know, make sure everything was good. But it was nice because I could go on the ball, I could walk around the room, you know, we were just having fun. It was fun. Like, it was fun until I was pushing, literally. So yeah, that's a really fast, okay, that was probably not fast. That would be Hudson. He was supposed to be watching a movie. That wasn't as fast as I thought it was, but that's a little induction story. It might be a little rambly. There is the video that you guys have, so you guys can witness that. Witness if you want to witness the labor process. Anyways, I will insert a little clip of Ensley since she is napping in the room behind me. I hope that you guys are doing good, and I'm so happy to see you and talk to you, and I missed you, and I have 1,000 reasons why this video is so late, but who cares about those reasons, right? So let's start with some awesome videos. Boop, boop, boop. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a friendly comment, and we will see you next. Bye.